Record.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, good evening. My name is
Good
Jill
evening.
Michaels and Francisco. I'm from Adventist University of the Philippines, and I will be your nurse educator for today. First of all, how are you doing? Kamusta
I'm
naman?
okay. Good.
So ang issue po natin today is tennis elbow, right? So
Yes.
do you have any recent symptoms of pain, or do you have any recent symptoms of tennis elbow?
Yes, on my left. This time on my left side.
Kailan nag-start?
2 weeks ago.
2
Uli.
weeks ago. Gaano po kasakit ang pain?
5/5.
5/1. Oh, sige. 0 out of 10, ilan?
10. I mean 5/10.
5/10. Okay. So ano po ginawa nyo para mawala yung pain?
Wala. Inano ko lang siya under shower, hot shower. Dinapat ko lang yung area na yun, masakit. Yun
Okay.
lang.
Okay. Maganda yung makita muna natin yung baseline bago tayo mag-lesson plan. So before we start, I'm gonna send you a link for a quiz, a 5-question quiz to see your baseline knowledge about tennis elbow. Okay lang.
Okay.
Send ko na po ngayon.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So you can take your time to answer the quiz. Just let me know when you're done.
Okay. I'm done.
Okay.
Done?
Okay. Okay. Okay, so before we start our lesson for today, I want to say a quick prayer. So let's bow our heads in prayer. Dear God, thank you for this opportunity to help and guide. Please grant me wisdom and clarity as I share this information. Help my client to understand and feel encouraged on their path to healing. May they find strength, patience, and hope during their recovery. Bless our time together and guide us towards health and wholeness. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Nakikita niyo ba yung screen ko?
Opo. Yes.
Okay. Wait lang. Okay. So for our topic today is our title is called Essentials. So I'm going to be discussing the anatomy and care for tennis elbow. Okay. So our objectives for today is to define tennis elbow and its common alternative names, describe key anatomical structures and functions related to a tennis elbow, locate the tennis elbow site of the elbow joint, and distinguish normal versus abnormal changes. List and explain the primary causes of tennis elbow, recognize and describe common signs and symptoms, identify main risk factors for developing tennis elbow. We outline diagnostic methods for confirming tennis elbow, We summarize treatment options, including medications, home remedies, and alternative therapies. And lastly, we will describe potential complication if tennis elbow is untreated. Okay. So, ano ba ang tennis elbow? So, tennis elbow is a painful condition involving inflammation or degeneration of the tendons on the outer part of the elbow. So, I included the medical names because you said na PT graduate ka po, right?
Opo. Yes.
So, outer part ng elbow. So, dito?
Yes.
Tama po
diyan.
ba dito yung masakit?
Yes. Pag nakaganito
Like-
ang ano mo. Yeah. Nasa lateral.
Pag open
On the
palm?
lateral. Yes. Pag nakaganyan, open palm on the lateral side. Lateral, outer part.
Side. Okay. Good. All right. So may mga ibang tawag sa maraming name ang tennis elbow. So lateral epicondylitis, lateral elbow tendinopathy, and pickleball elbow. So hindi lang po tennis elbow ang tawag sa kanya.
Oh.
So ito po ang anatomy. This is not new to you. So this is the anatomy of the elbow joint. So the elbow connects the humerus, yung buto dito, with the radius and ulna sa forearm. So ang nagko-connect sa kanila is the ligaments and tendons and the muscles. So the extensor carpi radialis brevis, ECRB tendon, is responsible for wrist and finger extension. Is mostly commonly involved. So usually itong extensor muscles, right? So extensor carpi radialis brevis. Dito ang usually affected. Pero dito ang tear.
Oh, yeah.
Dito. Outer part, hindi medial part. So where does the tennis elbow happen? Ito ang normal. Wait, let me move this one.
Ayan, natipare.
Ayan. Ayan. So healthy intact tendons. Ito. Pag may tennis elbow, may tendon degeneration, tiny tears, and inflammation at attachment site dito. Oh, wait. So the affected site is the lateral epicondyle, a bony bump on the outer elbow. Dito. What causes tennis elbow? Kailan po ba nag-start ang tennis elbow niyo?
Matagal na. May 10 years ago na.
10 years ago.
Biglaan. 10 years on my right hand. O biglaan lang. Hindi ko na siya mabuhat ang stapler.
Stapler? Kahit,
yes, hindi ko na siya
light object.
Yes, napaka-light object. Ngayon, pinalalayan ko pa yung kamay ko para mabuhat ko yung stapler.
Ito nga, sabi, repetitive overuse or strain of forearm muscles and tendons. Ano po bang work nyo?
Meron kasi
repetitive overuse?
Yeah. Meron akong nire-repack na tubing na kailangan kong mag-pronation and supination ng arm. Ganito, ganyan na ganyan. Repetitive.
Wait,
Tsaka matagal. Long
ano pa? Paano repetitive of?
Ganyan.
Okay.
Supination and pronation ng forearm. Tapos repetitive, matagal na ganyan ka ng ganyan.
10 years.
Yeah.
For 10 years. Oh my God. Ayan nga sabi, from tennis, painting, plumbing. So, hindi lang sa tennis. This can occur from
Yes.
non-sport activities like typing or using tools. And sometimes no specific cause is identified. Bakit nga ba tennis elbow kahit hindi naman laging from tennis? The condition is named tennis elbow because it's often associated with the repetitive arm movements of tennis players, like laging nagaganyan.
Oo.
But it's actually a type of tendinitis, so inflammation of the tendons that can occur in anyone who performs repetitive wrist and forearm motions.
Yeah.
So hindi lang pala sa sports.
Yeah.
Signs and symptoms. So you have pain and tenderness over the outer elbow, possibly radiating to forearm and wrist. So nafe-feel nyo rin bang parang nagsispread sa forearm tsaka sa wrist? Or dun lang
Oo,
talaga
tsaka
sa outer elbow?
doon sa area talaga na lateral epicondyle masakit. Pero nangihina yung dito mo, nangangalay. Yung mga ganito, mga arms.
So, ayun nga, sabi nyo, weak grip strength kasi hindi kayo makabuhat ng stapler, even stapler.
Yes. Mm.
So, pain worsened by grasping or twisting. Tapos, symptoms usually develop gradually over 10 years. So, who gets tennis elbow? Risk factors. Most common in ages 35 to 60. Ilang taon na po ba kayo ulit? Like
I'm 47.
40s? Okay, so you are within the group. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Repetitive arm and wrist activities from work, plumbers, painters, carpenters, butchers, sports. Oh my God, sorry. Both athletes and non-athletes can be affected. Athlete po ba kayo?
Hindi po.
Hindi, just
Yes.
So, how is tennis elbow diagnosed? Diagnosis is mainly clinical, history, and physical exam. Imaging like X-ray, MRI, ultrasound is rarely needed unless ruling out other conditions. Paano po ba na-diagnose ang tennis elbow niyo?
Nagpunta ako sa doctor, sa rehab doctor. Tapos, tiningnan niya, and chinek din niya physically, tapos chinek din niya through ultrasound.
So, through ultrasound?
Yes, handheld lang siya na ultrasound.
Okay. Right. Okay. So, hindi naman na physical exam, just
Physical,
may
wala.
range of motion po ba kayo?
May ano?
Pina-range of
I'm sorry,
motion
what?
movement, masakit,
Yes,
ganyan.
Oo, ganon. Kung baga
Tas in ultrasound.
Yes.
So, sabi niyo po, usually ginagawa niyo lang is heat and resting
Yes.
for management. Okay,
Yes.
so treatment basics. So, yun nga, rest. So, hindi nyo masyadong gagamitin. So, avoid the repetitive motion too much. So, activity modification, physical therapy exercises, use of braces. May braces po ba kayong like
Wala.
ni-recommend sa inyo ng PT?
Wala. Wala. Lang. Sabi niya, refrain lang from using, ganun. Iwasan yung, ganun. Yung ganun activity.
Pero pag severe, mas okay po na i-immobilize ang area. So, maganda ang braces. So, yun nga, ice and heat, medications. Hindi po kayo nagtitake ng medications, no? Like orally.
No.
Okay. So, medications, this is pain medications, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, or Tylenol, acetaminophen, ano ba yung hindi naman no pain medication.
No, hindi ako nag-medicate.
Okay. About alternative treatments, mga injections, corticosteroid injections.
Wala po.
Okay. Rarely surgery for persistent cases. May plano po ba kayo magpa-surgery? Or manageable?
No. Manageable naman at saka meron ako na-discover na better than surgery.
Very expensive, so. Okay. Oh, these are examples of physical therapy exercises for tennis elbow. So eccentric exercises. I don't have any tube, but this 10 reps, 3 sets. Pwedeng tulungan nyo na nakaganon.
Okay.
Tapos forearm, ganyan din. Tapos pronation, forearm pronation, supination.
Okay.
Tapos forearm extensor stretch like this. I don't know if you can see.
I can see.
Medyo
Yeah.
Ganon. Para matrain yung tendons and muscles.
Na ma-stretch.
Para hindi siya ma-stretch, ma-warm up, para pag yung nagganong kayo sa work, hindi mabibigla. As if you have a ball, like a stress ball, you can squeeze it too. Okay, these are just examples. We're gonna watch a video right now explaining further about that. So this is a video, seven best tennis elbow pain relief treatments on YouTube.
Okay.
All right, team, we're transitioning.
The top 7 treatments for tennis elbow. So let's get started. Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. So tennis elbow or lateral epicondylitis is when this outer side of the elbow gets irritated, usually because of those wrist extensor muscles. So the first thing you want to do is just kind of warm up those muscles. The easy way to do that is just take your arm, you can either put it straight out.
Kita niyo ba yung video?
Yes.
Okay.
Or bent. Bent's going to be a little more comfortable. So if you're really irritated, you probably want to start bent. If you're not quite as irritated, you can go straight out. Just make a fist with your hand and then at your wrist, just go down and then come back up. This is really just an active range of motion movement, just warming up those muscles. So not necessarily a stretch yet, but just getting these muscles kind of warm and ready to be stretched. So you don't really have to pause and wait. You can do maybe a 3-second hold if you want to, but you're really just going back and forth right now. So just up and down and really get some movement in there. I'd just do maybe 5 each way, a total of 10. Again, you're just trying to get these muscles going. So after you get that done and you can feel the muscles are starting to work bit, they're a little bit warm. Then you can go into a stretch. So to stretch these wrist extensors, and I say wrist extensor pointing up here because the muscles that extend that wrist come all the way up and attach to that epicondyle. So that's why you have that itis at the elbow, but it's really a lot of that wrist movement. So to stretch those out, again, you want to start off maybe not so strong with the stretch, and then you can progress to something a little bit stronger. So this time you want your arm to be straight. You want that elbow to be locked out. That's what's really going to stretch those muscles. To start off, keep your fingers straight. This is going to be not quite as much of a stretch, but at your wrist, go down, and you should feel that stretch all the way along the outside here. If you want a little bit more of a stretch, you can take your other hand and push down this way. Some people put it in just a little bit. You can do that as well, and that just kind of changes the position a little bit. But since this is a stretch, you want to hold it for 30 seconds, and then you can take a little break. If that's not quite enough stretch for you, then when you go back down, curl your fingers into a fist, and that's going to give you even more of a stretch because those extensors go all the way down in the fingers. So if you curl your fingers, that gives you even more of a stretch. And then again, you can push through on it here to get that nice stretch on the outside. So again, this is a 30-second hold, and you want to do that a total of 3 times. So, and taking a little break, shake it out, give yourself about a 10 to 15-second break in between just to let those muscles reset a little bit, and then go into that stretching again. If you're standing up doing it, if you're near a wall, or if you're at a computer, maybe in a cubicle or something, you can push this into a wall instead of using your hand. If this is a little uncomfortable to reach around, you can just push it into a wall and get that extra stretch. But if that's too much, again, fingers down, not as much, fingers curled just a little bit more. So 30 seconds, 3 of those. So number 3, Simeon sent some elbow support braces.
I'm gonna skip this because it has for the brace.
This time, use maybe just like a soup can or a vegetable can. You don't want to start off with anything too heavy because this is an itis, which means inflammation. And if you do too much weight too quickly, you're going to get just more inflammation. So soup vegetable cans are usually just about a pound, and that's really what you want to start with. You can place your arm on a table or something to support and have your wrist hanging off so you have movement. Or if you're comfortable enough, you can just kind of hold your elbow up in the air. But make sure that your elbow is bent this time. So you don't want it straight out. You want it nice and bent and comfortable. Okay. So with your palm facing down towards the floor, just at your wrist, you're going to go down nice and slow, and then back up nice and slow. So this is just kind of a continuous motion, but you want to get as far of that range of motion that you can. So not just here, but going all the way down as far as you can and all the way up as far as you comfortably can. So just making sure that it's smooth and controlled, that you're controlling it, that you're not just dropping it back down, but really just getting those muscles to activate and start strengthening a little bit. So when you're doing these, I would just start off with about 10 the first time, maybe 2 sets of 10. If that's pretty easy and you're not super sore the next day, then you can start bumping up the 3 sets of 10, 2 sets of 15. If you get to 20, 25 and it's really easy, then you can go up to a heavier weight. Another product that Simeon sent us is eccentric exercises, which is really, really important in helping muscles heal. And you can also do some stability type exercises with it as well. I really like this because it comes with a couple different bars that you can put in the main bar to make it more resistance or less resistance. So this is really, really cool. I would always start off with the lightest just because, again, you don't want to irritate it anymore. But this is so cool because you can do a whole bunch of different things with it. So it's a nice additional equipment to have. So what we're going to do first is that eccentric kind of exercise for those wrist extensors. So this movement is a little weird. What you want to do is start off with the hand you want to exercise, hold the bar straight up and down, put your wrist into an extension kind of position. So that's going out this way or up this way. So you have that extension motion. Then you want to come around with the other hand. So this one should feel pretty good. This arm should feel pretty good. So you can kind of get around the top, because the more you twist it, the more exercise you're going to get on the bottom one. So come up here, and then you're going to twist this one forward into a wrist flexion. So grab it around as far as you can and twist forward while the bottom one's still extended, and then straighten out your arms. So you can see here that it's in that twisted motion. And then as you hold it here, you're just going to slowly in control take that left hand that's twisted and slowly go up that way. So you can see that I'm coming back down and I'm eccentrically, which is controlling it back into that motion, that
Ano pa?
modifications lang ng mga kanina. Modification lang din ng mga
exercise for those muscles.
Yeah.
A really good one, but the eccentric is
Trick mo.
really, really easy to fatigue quickly. It's a harder motion to do, so you don't want to overdo these. Some protocols say 3 times 15. I wouldn't start with that. I would start with just 3 times 5 and see how you feel. Because again, it's a lot of exercise on that muscle, even though while you're doing it, it might not feel like it. So I'm going to go through the whole motion again so you can see it. So wrist extension, come up on top. Flexion twist, straighten out your arms, and slowly then go into that wrist flexion with your hand. So it's almost just like you're doing this motion, but you'll really feel as you come through that it's working that top muscle. So that's a really, really great exercise to do. What I also like about the arm bar is you can see that it's twisty and bendy.
That's about it. Okay. Okay. So, again, ano po yung mga natatandaan nyo na range of motion sa video?
yung
Like this, right?
ganyan.
Ganyan. And then, like, ganito.
Ganyan.
And then, yun nga, yung ganito, tapos yung
Twist.
twist.
Cylinder.
So, dapat is bababa pa rin na gano'n. And then, yung ipupush ito, stretching.
Saka ganyan.
And then, okay. Okay, sorry for the technical issue. So here we have laser therapy. So these are new options for treatment para sa tennis elbow. So we have the high intensity laser therapy, that's the class 4. It delivers deep energy, accelerates repair, and reduces inflammation. Tapos may isa pa, yung cold laser therapy. Uses low-level light to stimulate cell repair, reduce inflammation, and relieve pain. Non-invasive siya and safe for repetitive stress injuries. And I heard that it's not that expensive compared to surgery. Nag-try na po kayo nito, no?
Yes.
Yung high-intensity laser? Kamusta naman po?
Mas maganda kasi sandali lang, 15 minutes lang inilawan with may eyeglasses ka lang na ganyan, parang tapos na. Walang extrang mga care pa kung ano. And after 6 sessions, okay na.
6 session. So, na-complete niyo po yung 6 sessions?
Yes, 6 sessions every other
Yeah.
day and 1,000
every
plus session lang.
Compared to surgery, which
Yes,
is
no,
better. And
Yes.
After ng laser, pwedeng igalaw na or instant relief?
Yes, instant relief.
Okay.
Na malayang na after 6 sessions, parang wala na yung pain. Okay na. Nagagalaw ko na siya ng
Back to
malami.
normal.
Yes.
Back to normal.
Back to normal talaga.
This is the better option then.
Yes.
Okay. So I just wanna show this again. The best treatment for tennis elbow is yung cold laser naman. Ito naman yung cold laser. So let's watch.
Pamamanhid at tusok would be better. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and treat him with laser. So we just Preston technique to break up some of the muscle adhesions. We are now going to laser his tennis elbow or lateral epicondylitis. It's basically the same thing. Doctors really like to give all sorts of fancy names to conditions. It makes us feel important. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't. But lateral epicondyle right here, you also have the medial epicondyle on the inside of the elbow. If you have elbow pain on the inside, the same thing can be done on the inside, and same thing with laser treatment, but that's called golfer's elbow or medial epicondylitis. Okay, so after we laser him, we do the Graston technique, I'm then going to adjust his elbow. So there are a number of things that we do here that are pretty unique in the sense that a treatment of lateral epicondylitis, one being the adjustment. Most chiropractors do not adjust shoulders, elbows, wrists, things like that. So we do that here. And then the laser therapy is another unique treatment that we do here for tennis elbow. So what I'm doing is I'm lasering right over this spot that was really tender for him, which is the origin of pronator muscle for a tennis elbow. So, and then it inserts lower down into the hand. And you have fibers that insert into the forearm as well. Now, this laser, I can check for areas of inflammation, soft tissue damage. We're not going to do that. I already know where those areas are. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do a little scan right now so I can show you guys how that works. We want to start in an area away from the injury, towards the injury, right over the epicondyle. And there you go. It beeped. So that tells us there's some soft tissue damage there. And it's going to tell us for how long to dose the area with laser treatment. Anything over 2 minutes is considered a long time. So that would tell me there's a lot of inflammation in that spot if this treats for over 2 minutes. Let's see what we get here. So right now I have it set at 1,000 hertz, and 1,000 hertz helps reduce inflammation, reduce muscle spasms, and pain as well. And then after a couple of treatments, we go deeper with the laser and change the frequencies to lower numbers. The lower the number, the deeper the laser penetrates. So there you go. It was a little bit less. It was almost a minute, not quite. Go ahead and scan up the arm here. Probably get another beep around here somewhere. Now, for those of you wondering, you know, lateral epicondylitis or tennis elbow, I've done some videos on stretches and exercises for lateral epicondylitis, tennis elbow. Make sure you check that video out. And we've also done some other treatment videos of lateral epicondylitis. We'll see how long it doses this area for. Again, anything over 2 minutes tells me it's really inflamed or there's some soft tissue damage. There's some significant soft tissue damage. You don't feel this at all, do you?
No.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of cold laser therapy. You don't feel anything. It's safe, it's effective, extremely effective, and most of all safe. There's no side effects to it, unless you're on some medication that makes you sensitive to sunlight.
Coldness actually feels a little good.
It feels good, yeah. So he says he feels a little bit of cold. Some people feel that. Not everybody. Most people don't feel anything. Some people feel a little bit of tingling. We're just going to scan over the rest of the muscle and tendon. Yeah, so it's beeping along that whole tendon and muscle here. So far, along the whole pathway of it, from the insertion all the way to the belly. So we have an origin and an insert. So it beeped again. That was pretty quick. So that tells me there's not a ton of inflammation there and soft tissue damage. So the origin, each muscle has an origin and an insertion. So it originates at one point and then it inserts into another point. The belly of the muscle is the center of the muscle, which is right about here where we are. Let's see how long this dose is for. My guess is it won't be much more than a minute, if that. So when we laser, we want to laser both at the origin and at the belly of the muscle, especially inflammation. I would say the most important, if you had to pick, would be the belly of the muscle. Okay, going on 30 seconds here. Then we're going to check your elbow to see if it needs to be adjusted. Okay, so I checked his elbow before. He tested weak radial head test. So we're going to just double check that again. There we go. Okay. So we go through a series of tests for the shoulder, elbow, arm, and 1, 2, 3, resist. Good. And 1, 2, 3, resist. Okay, so there I'm checking the long head of the biceps and the bicipital tendon. Any pain there when I do that? No. Okay, great. And when I did this, I was checking the tricep. Okay, and now we're checking the tricep, but we're also checking the head of the ulnar bone in here. And 1, 2, 3, resist. And normally that would be weak, oftentimes with somebody with golfer's elbow. So we're checking the ulnar bone, which is on the inside of the elbow. On this side, you guys can't see. And again, typical with golfer's elbow. He has tennis elbow. So now we're going to check the lateral head here of the radius and make sure it's in place. And it was weak before. And 1, 2, 3, resist. Yeah, see, feel how it kind of gave weak right there. And so we're going to go ahead and adjust his the radial head. And I know from that test that the radius is posterior and lateral. Okay, and just relax yourself here. Do you hear that? I don't know if you guys heard that, but you heard the radial head go crack, snap back into place. Now we're going to test it again. 1, 2, 3, resist. Better. Okay. You're all set. Go home, take it easy. No weightlifting with the arms. Try to stay off of it. I know, just for a couple days. All right. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys have any questions, like this medial epicondyle.
Okay. Back to the slide. Okay. So ang complications niya and prognosis. So if untreated, chronic pain, persistent symptoms, decreased grip strength, talagang mas mangangalay na ang kamay, limitations in daily activities. So mas okay na good na nagpa-laser kayo para hindi mas lumala. Most cases resolve with proper management, but some may require further interventions. So just rest. Huwag masyadong magagagalaw. Okay, this is just food for thought. Healing is not just about treating pain. It's about understanding the root cause and empowering the body to recover. So remember, lasting relief from tennis is from addressing the underlying issue, not just masking the symptoms. And in 2 Corinthians 12:9, but he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. So Paul is teaching a powerful spiritual truth, right? Human weakness is not a barrier to God's work. Rather, it is the very condition that allows God's power to be most evident. When we accept our limitations and depend on God's grace, His strength supports and empowers us. This encourages believers to be humble, to trust God in difficult times, and to see weakness not as failure, but as an opportunity for God's power to be revealed. So, thank you for listening. May questions po ba kayo regarding the lesson
Wala naman po so
or
far.
comprehension?
Wala
Everything
naman.
understood?
Yes.
Okay, so I will send you a link of like a quiz, after lesson quiz, to see how well you understood the lesson. Okay lang po ba?
Sure.
Okay, isa-send ko na ngayon. Tapos pakisagutan na lang, take your time.
Po.
Ayan. Wag niyo po muna i-close yung video. Just let me know when you're finished.
Not yet. Okay, done.
Okay, thank you. And I also want to share a few brochures or additional visual aids regarding the lesson. I will send you a copy as well. Ito yung una, parang overview lang ng tennis elbow.
Okay.
Zoom in. Ay, ba't ka? 100. So yun nga, tennis elbow, lateral epicondylitis, inflammation ng tendon na nag-a-attach dito sa lateral epicondyle. Bakit? From repetitive elbow, wrist, and hand movements, misnomer, hindi lahat ng may ganto ay athlete, could be cleaners, regular workers, painters. I believe 10% lang ang actual tennis players. Tas may tendon siya, pain at the distal portion of the elbow. So pain is often described as burning sensation and frequently extends into the forearm. Inability to extend the arm fully, impairment of range of motion, and weakened grip ay ang pinaka symptoms niya. So treatments are immobilization, this brace, rest, limiting movements, and pain medications. Tas pag dire situations na by the injections, corticosteroid injections, or yun nga, yung new technology, yung laser. As ito, this is just the normal versus abnormal structures of tennis elbow. Yun nga, normal, ito, intact. Pag abnormal, may tear. Ano ang muscle na involve extensor carpi radialis brevis? As ito, ginawa ko sa Canva. Common symptoms of tennis elbow. Common symptoms of tennis elbow: aching, burning over the outside of the elbow. And then the pain can radiate to the forearm and the wrist, and weak grip strength. Tas ito, for your reference lang, yung range of motion exercises for tennis elbow. Okay. So, yun lang po. Thank you for your time and hope you learn a lot in today's lesson that will help you manage your tennis elbow. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.